It's time for GMA 3. Summer scorcher. Dangerous heat and humidity for more than 185 million people. Right now, how first responders are gearing up for the extreme temperatures and when we'll see some relief. Is the key to saving more, spending more? As more companies warn about the impact of tariffs on prices, how so-called spaving can help you stay on budget. And things just got freakier.
If you're me and I'm you, then who's that? I'm Grandma, sweetheart. Yeah!
The stars of the prequel to Freakier Friday are here.
Why have we never done this before?
It's time for GMA 3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA 3.
Hello. Hope everyone's week is off to a great start. I am Rebecca. We are definitely going to have some fun here today.
We sure are going to be a great Monday. I am Will Reeve, and in from our Chicago station WLS, making his GMA 3 debut, it's Greg Dutra, everybody.
Thank you. A pleasure to be here. I'm glad to be here. We're glad that you can join us on this Monday, too. And we've got our friend Lori B along with us. She's here to kick off our Right Stuff Back to School series, and she's starting off with the top picks for backpacks.
We have kids, and we were just talking about how this is a big decision.
It is a big decision, and you cannot choose for the child. You have to let them choose, for sure.
You're so right
Especially when you
about
have
that.
girls.
You are so likewise. Also ahead, the latest on the T app, where women post red flags about the men they date. Now it's been hacked. The breach letting hackers access thousands of pictures, including official IDs.
But we start with the summer because it is an absolute scorcher out there today for a big chunk of the country. Triple digits for much of the country. Victor Akendo, he is in Savannah, Georgia, with how first responders are preparing. Victor?
Hey, Greg, it is definitely heating up here in Savannah. Feels like temperatures already in the 90s. That number only expected to climb later this afternoon. That number closer to 115 degrees. We're here with the Savannah Fire Department. They're bracing for a brutally hot day as this severe weather impacts millions across the country. Shower and thunderstorm activity firing up along the northern edge of the heat dome, impacting parts of the Midwest. Watch as lightning strikes the hood of this car on Highway 59 in Texas.
Oh my gosh.
As thunderstorms hit the Northeast on Sunday, over 1,000 flights were canceled and more than 9,000 flights delayed. A tornado spotted whirling near Watertown, South Dakota. This as more than 185 million Americans are on alert for extreme heat.
It's hot. We're sweaty.
Emergency rooms seeing a spike as more and more patients are admitted for heat-related ER visits. New York City seeing close to 150 in the past few weeks. Here in Savannah, Georgia, at Memorial Medical Center, they are already seeing an uptake of heat-related illnesses, up to 25 patients a day.
Heat exhaustion is where you start to feel the opportunity of the heat kind of overwhelming you, and you start getting lightheaded, dizzy, weak.
These are the rehab units for the Savannah Fire Department. You see they've got all this water here behind me. They have chairs, coolers filled with ice and water. Over here, this is one of their cooling vests. It is lined with ice packs on the inside. This is such an important tool for them. This time of year, right now when it's this hot, you want to make sure that you wear light, loose-fitting clothes, stay hydrated, and if you work outdoors, do your best to take some breaks. Greg?
Thank you, Victor. And the big thing, as he mentioned, is during the overnight hours, if you don't have proper AC, your core cannot cool down, and it makes the next day even worse. A lot of the injuries that come in are actually after the heat wave has ended.
All right, good to know. All right, our thanks to Victor for those important tips. We are going to turn now to the search for the suspect who police say murdered a couple while they were hiking with their two young daughters. Janae Norman is here with the story. Hi, Janae.
Hey, Will, this is a tragedy for this family that officials say had just recently moved to the area from out of state. The couple celebrated their oldest daughter's wedding earlier this summer and were hiking with their two youngest when authorities say they were attacked. The manhunt for the suspect accused of murdering a couple on a popular hiking trail outside of Fayetteville, Arkansas.
All units be advised, this just occurred at Devil's Den.
Clinton and Kristen Brink were hiking with their two young daughters at Devil's Den State Park when police say they were attacked. Arkansas State Police alerted to the walking trail Saturday afternoon, finding the couple dead. Their two daughters weren't injured. Authorities say the suspect is still on the run this morning.
Be on the lookout for a white male suspect wearing black gloves, sunglasses.
Arkansas State Police describing the suspect as a white man with a medium build wearing a long-sleeve shirt, dark pants, a dark ball cap with a black backpack, and fingerless gloves. They say he was last seen driving toward the park exit in a black four-door sedan, possibly a Mazda, with a license plate covered by electrical or duct tape. Investigators are asking park visitors to check their cell phone photos and videos for possible images of the suspect. Devil's Den is a popular hiking and camping destination with thousands of visitors each year. As of now, all trails are closed indefinitely as Arkansas State Police increase their presence. The couple's two daughters are now with family members, releasing a statement saying in part, Clinton and Kristen died heroes, protecting their little girls, and they deserve justice. They will forever live on in all of our hearts. So again, authorities are asking anyone who is in Devil's Den or lives nearby or maybe even has game cameras out in the area to check their footage for any possible sighting for the suspect. But so many questions, guys, especially the detail about the license plate covered with duct tape. So we'll be watching this one.
Really eerie and awful, and you hope people come forward with info.
Absolutely.
And we're thinking about those two little girls.
Yeah.
Janae, thanks for sharing that story with us today. We're going to turn now to the popular women-only app aimed at making dating safer. Now the victim of hackers, Rhiannon Alley has the story. Hi, Rhiannon.
Hey, Rebecca. Dating these days can be really stressful, and millions of single ladies thought they found a safe and anonymous way to vet their potential romances through the app T. But now the hacked app is scrambling to secure their personal information.
I'm looking for Mark. You must be his housekeeper.
No, I'm his wife, Kate.
It's the nightmare scenario for single women everywhere. You think you found Mr. Right, but he's not who he claims to be. But these days, more and more women have been turning to the internet for help or for the tea, like these women posting on TikTok.
I know I'm not the only one who's been scrolling on that T app. What really makes this app interesting is when other people start corroborating the stories that are being shared on the app.
T is a popular women-only app that says they allow users to anonymously share information about the men they are dating or looking to date. According to their website, the app lets women raise potential red flags or green flags they might not be aware of, such as marital status, abusive behavior, and criminal records.
You're a little worried about, going out with a complete and total stranger. Using a site like T to search their name to see if there's anything been written up about them could be very powerful.
But the app, initially aimed at protecting and helping women navigate the dating scene, recently became a victim itself. On Friday, the app says hackers gained access to thousands of images on the site, including ID cards and selfies. The company telling ABC News T detected a security incident. In response, we immediately took steps to contain the incident and launched a full investigation with assistance from external cybersecurity firms. T is not the first of its kind. The Facebook group Are We Dating the Same Guy has also been used by women to expose deceitful dates. And while dating experts say these sites can provide some valuable intel for swiping singles, they shouldn't always be taken at face value.
It's not a place for people just to vent about guys that no longer want to date with them. Really, you should use it only for a place to warn other women.
So no email or phone numbers were exposed, but some users' photos, comments, even messages were exposed. And apps like T and that Facebook page we mentioned have been criticized by some people for invading men's privacy. Now, we did reach out to the app's developer to ask about the vetting process. We wanted more information on that and privacy concerns, and they declined to comment. But this is just another example of why it's really important to be careful what you post online.
Yeah. It can all be public, potentially. All right, Rhiannon, thanks so much for joining us. Coming up here, Dr. Darian Sutton tells us how this summer heat can impact your mental health. The doctor is standing by. We are back now with the GMA Health Alert about mental health. With more than 185 million Americans on alert for extreme heat to start this week, many people associate seasonal depression with the wintertime, but research has shown emergency room visits for mental health reasons tend to spike during the summer months. Medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton joins us now with a closer look. Dr. Sutton, great to see you as always.
Great to see you all.
So the heat can bring on depression.
Absolutely. When we think about summer, we think about sunny skies, long days, and vacation. But for many, it can bring an emotional shift that is very difficult to explain. As you said, we're talking about summer seasonal affective disorder. We often see this during the winter, but many might not realize that that summer heat and those crowds can bring an emotional change, irritability, impulsivity, and even difficulty concentrating. Those are some of the leading symptoms into the actual diagnosis.
What are the warning signs for people to look out for so they know that they're not just in a bad mood or irritable or hot or usually hungry? When does it become seasonal depression?
It sounded personal, but yes, when you're talking about seasonal depression, it often leaves many while people are outside soaking up the sun. You're just trying to tread water. So some symptoms to look for. This is an actual diagnosis of depression, not to be confused by it. The mood changes can include not only the irritability, but also anxiety. The amount of light in the morning and the amount of light in the evening can lead to sleep disturbances, changes in appetite, that can lead to changes in weight, and also social withdrawal. And what people don't talk about is that often comes with a lot of guilt because a lot of social activities are during the summer.
It's during the summertime, you're right. And I wonder if there's a little bit that comes with a change of schedule too, especially if you have kids.
Absolutely.
What are some resources for folks that may think that they're actually suffering from this?
Yeah, I think starting with your lifestyle and your environment, what can you change? For example, reducing overstimulation, things like blackout shades and sleep masks, making sure that you're optimizing your nutrition, your consistent activity, avoiding alcohol, because that can, of course, increase your anxiety and depression risks. But then also talking to your provider about resources, getting screened, and then checking for local and state resources. There's the National Institute for Mental Health agencies that can provide resources and research. And if you're at school or if you're a parent with a child at school, checking with the school health center. And also if you're an employee assistance programs are often underutilized, and that might be able to provide an accessible, affordable option.
I imagine there's a lot of guilt associated with seasonal depression in the summer, especially when you think you're supposed to be out having fun, barbecues, all that stuff.
And many people are locked inside with those feelings. I think it's so important to not only understand the symptoms, but know that you can find help, and remember it's always okay to ask for help.
Thank you, Dr. Darian. Informative, as it always is. Now, coming up, news about Lilo and Stitch, specifically the sequel, and one special guest made his first ever Comic-Con appearance. More ahead in Pop News.
Okay, we're back now with Pop News, and you will.
Let's rock. You guys Comic-Con people at all? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Huge.
All right, good, because that's our first topic in Pop News. We're beginning there. San Diego's annual Comic-Con event, bringing out the stars. We're going to start, of course, with Lilo and Stitch. The stars and producers of the billion-dollar blockbuster revealing the sequel is indeed well underway. The script is being written and is in a great place. All right, we'll take their word for it. Meanwhile, Jared Leto, Jeff Bridges, and more sat on a panel for Tron Ares, with Leto revealing he actually yelled "cut" mid-take during his first scene with Bridges. Greg, can you believe it? Because he couldn't stop smiling. And one very special guest made his first ever Comic-Con appearance, George Lucas.
Yeah, he looks a little familiar.
Which is like the messiah at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars. He wasn't there, though, to talk about Star Wars, because yesterday he revealed a preview of his new museum, which is dedicated to narrative art, which opens next year. That sounds going to be very interesting.
Really cool. And by the way, Comic-Con, very big deal.
Huge deal. We love Comic-Con.
I cosplay every day as a on-air talent. It's really not what I am, but you know.
I love that.
I think
well, you're doing great. And this morning, things are about to get wonderfully weird, because the wonderfully weird world of Gumball is launching a brand new animated series on Hulu. This is a continuation of a BAFTA Children's Award winner, and we've got a look at a new clip for you to check out now.
It's no use, Nicole. I know your every move. Not this one.
Nicole, this is VR. You can't actually hit me.
Why don't you take a break? There's no stopping it now.
We need to get the elves back on our side.
No, we've forgotten who usually gets us out of a mess like this. Clue, it's a 3-letter word. Elf? Mom!
Mom, always getting everybody out of
Always
trouble.
Mom.
Reality takes a backseat to chaos here. All the episodes of the wonderfully weird world of Gumball stream today on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. And it is a love story for the ages. Last week, Travis and Taylor went Instagram official. They posted never-before-seen photos of the couple on Instagram for the first time. Now Taylor has taken to her Instagram stories promoting Travis in Happy Gilmore 2. He has some great cameo, or
Caught
a
it
great
over the
cameo
weekend,
in there.
yep.
She wrote, "The movie had me cackling and cheering. Absolute must-watch. 13 out of 10. A couple of mega fans also showing the love. Liberty Hospital in Missouri revealing the birth of a sweet baby girl over the weekend, and her name is Kelsey Taylor.
Sweetie.
How about that? Officially in her newborn era. And finally, before we run out of here from Pop News, no to one toddler who's proving that having fun isn't always about the newest toys, but about finding joy wherever you can. Camden is 2 years old, living in Sacramento County in California. She and her family went to the county fair over the weekend, and she had some fun with the inflatable blow-up thing. And that is Pop News for you all. There you go.
She's having fun. That's how I actually dance.
Yes, there you go.
Coming up here, what it's like to switch bodies with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. The young stars of Freakier Friday tell us all about it.
Welcome back to GMA 3.
You heard the man. Welcome back to GMA 3. This week on GMA, Lori Bergamato brings us top picks for back to school, from lunch hacks to tech and more. And just ahead, she's here with the most essential item of all to get you started. That's backpacks for the students in your life.
And on Thursday, Nina Garcia is here telling us about the new season of Project Runway.
All right.
Looking forward to that. Plus, Mario Cantone will be here on Thursday, and it's likely to go off the rails. You never know what's going to happen when the And Just Like That star is here, so you really want to be with us for that.
For sure.
Now, there's a popular strategy, and we were talking about this before, to saving money known as spaving, where you spend a little bit more to save a little bit more. Now, with the concern, of course, prices are going up and the tariffs, you are here, of course, to tell us, is it the right time to spave?
Yeah, well, and a lot of people are interested in spaving. You've probably done it at some point, buying more items to get that free shipping or a bigger percentage off. But should you do it?
For retail lovers like Rebecca Bloomwood from Confessions of a Shopaholic,
Well, these cashmere gloves I need.
there's nothing like the rush of a great deal. And today, from TikTok to Instagram, deals are seemingly always at our fingertips. Enter spaving, when someone spends more to save more.
Brands have always pulled out all the stops, but the stops that they can pull out are so much greatly enhanced now because of the technology and data that they have available.
Despite inflation, Americans are still spending, owing $1.1 trillion in credit card debt. Meantime, online promotions are up 13% from a year ago.
The sophistication of understanding our particular buying patterns and habits, we are that much more susceptible.
And for mom of two, Kristen Klein, that means more spaving.
About half the time, I will spend more to save more, especially I think in the past couple of years on TikTok and online and Instagram. With all of those ads, they're really enticing.
Kristen says she will spave buying household necessities, but sometimes spends just for the deal.
I have makeup brushes, lots of makeup brushes. And if you buy the Sephora brand, you got 30% off, the rest is 20% off. They'll say, this is gonna sell out and it sold out last time. So I used to go out, right away, oh my gosh, I have to get it. And because of that, I have been sending my daughter a lot of the things that I have bought that maybe I don't really need.
So how do you know if you should spave or skip?
If it's for something that is, let's say, consumable, that you use regularly anyway, and you have the budget for that, it makes sense, sure. But when it is items that were not planned, you end up buying two things in order to get the third one free, and most importantly, you didn't count for it or budget for it, then that's when it becomes problematic.
Right, so you guys, you want to stay away from this becoming problematic, but if there's something that you use frequently, it can be a good thing to do that spaving where you stock up on it in order to save some. But make sure, if you have a closet full of it, probably not the thing to spave on, yeah.
And it's so easy to get caught up in it. Now they have, hurry, 1,000 people have seen this. How do you stop yourself from over spaving?
So you have to take away some of those triggers. If you're constantly being pummeled with advertisements on social media, make sure you turn off that function on your social media or spend less time there. Also, delete the emails.
Yeah.
I have a shopping only email address that lets me only check it, and then you can turn off those tools like one-click shopping that make impulse buying easier. It always takes you a little, that second step of having to enter your credit card info can keep you from spending money.
Great tips, Rebecca. Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Will.
for making us smarter and helping us spave. And coming up, Freakier Friday stars Julia Butters and Sophia Hammons are here. Hello. We're going to talk to them in just a bit.
So we are back now with two of the stars of Freakier Friday, the sequel to the hit 2003 movie Freaky Friday, Julia Butters and Sophia Hammons. It is so great to have both of you with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, congratulations. This is huge. So many people are excited for this. And Sophia, I wonder what it was like. You get this phone call. You are working with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. What was that feeling like?
It was incredible. I mean, I was so excited because when we first met, we had first met on the chemistry read, and we had hit it off so well that I was like, I just want to be friends with Julia.
Yeah, I remember.
I hope I get it just so I can be friends with you.
Even if we didn't get it, I still wanted to like get your number and hang out.
I know. I was really upset that we didn't do that, but then it worked out, so it was fine. But I was so excited to be able to switch bodies with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, right.
So when I got that call, I was like, what?
Jumping into a pretty iconic, now it's, I guess you can call it a franchise because there's a second one here.
That's crazy.
And this isn't exactly something you could method act. As far as I know, no one's ever actually swapped bodies.
We did. We did.
I mean,
but if you're going to get advice from anyone on how to do it, Julia, it would be from Lindsay Lohan. So did you sort of speak to Lindsay in the build-up as you were preparing for this role on how to inhabit the 15-year-old swapping bodies with her mom?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was so encouraging because she was the age that I was when she filmed it. So that was really encouraging because I knew it was possible for someone to do it.
Yeah.
So, but we had a lot of conversations about mannerisms and about, cadence and what Anna would do now as a mother, because it is different than when she was an angsty teenager. So finding where she is now and figuring out how to play that was really fun to collaborate with her on.
Yeah. So there's a lot of talking about it, but how do you physically do that? Because you are, of course, playing characters, but you still have to learn each other's mannerisms as a person, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was interesting finding the line between doing a Lindsay Lohan impression and being Anna. Because it is different, and it's important to make sure you're the character first. So that was a really fun balance to find, and I definitely learned a lot from her.
Yeah, we also did tons of bonding exercises, and we had a movement coach come in, and there was one exercise where we had to hold hands and look into each other's eyes for 2 minutes straight with Jamie and Lindsay, and we rented a dance studio.
How much laughter
did
that elicit? The looking into each other's eyes. Were you guys actually serious while you were doing it?
I loved it. It was truly like we were taking deep breaths while it was happening too. It was a good bonding exercise. Really connected us.
Well, let's see how those exercises paid off with an exclusive clip here.
Ooh.
Why have we never done this before?
Because you already have one fake hip and you do not need another.
It's very funny. I'll have you know, in this body, I choose real hip!
No!
Sorry. Nothing broke! We're invincible! Bone density! I'm not exhausted!
The hug in that at the very end was improvised. We ran to each other and I picked her up.
We fell a couple times.
We did. We definitely did.
Sophia, obviously we can hear your accent here and in the film. You worked with a coach. Tell us about that. There was I guess there was a wine bottle cork thing?
There was.
Or what?
Yes, there was. Mandy and I worked with our lovely coach, Victoria, and we would do these exercises on set to warm us up. But there was one where, because the British dialect and cadence is all very rounded, so she gave us a cork that we would put in our mouths, and we'd do all the lines with the cork in our mouth.
Holding it between your teeth?
Yeah, exactly. And then everything's right here.
Whoa.
I know what I'm trying when I get home.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Greg's going to come in tomorrow being like, I've got it! That's fantastic.
Do you guys have, you obviously exchange numbers. On your phones with Jamie Lee and with Lindsay, do you guys have a group text that's called the Freaky Friday group text now, or what's going on there?
No, we have a group chat.
Yeah, it's called Freakies.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis named it. She wants us to say. Yeah, she named it. She wrote it in there. Yes.
We were calling this the Freakwell earlier. Is that something that's going to stick, or are we done for doing that?
We saw it in the room when we were watching the TV, and I said, okay, Freakwell. I guess that's like the thing.
I like it.
We're trying to make Freakwell happen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to happen. We're trying to make it happen.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Has this been so much fun, this ride that you're on here, because you're stepping into this world? Like, Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are like as big and as good as it gets, and now you're jumping into this. What's it been like, the experience of getting out to promote this?
It's been so cool. It like doesn't even feel real. It's kind of insanely surreal.
Totally.
Like when I got back home, I had to look at my hands and be like, okay, we're back. We're grounded.
I am me.
I am me. Exactly. No, it's crazy. It is insane.
Yeah. Something that Jamie said to us a lot too while we were filming is be where your feet are. And I think that especially right now, going on this like crazy kind of tour, that's super important for us to remind ourselves.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here. Congratulations on this movie. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait for everyone to see it. Sophia, Julia, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Sophia and Julia's co-star Chad Michael Murray will be here tomorrow, and Freakier Friday is in theaters on August 8th.
Yeah, we can't wait to mark our calendars for 20 years down the road when the third one comes out. Now to our, it's easy, you can set your clock by it. So now to a new series, My Kind of Town, emphasis on kind. Will Gantz will be bringing us to a different city and introduce us to a hero who's making their hometown proud, and we're kicking it off in the Motor City. Will is in Detroit. What's up, Will?
Hey, you guys, and welcome to Detroit, by the way. Oh, yeah. This is a city that is constantly rated among the best in the country for things like street art, for music, and for sports, of course. And here at Rebel Nell, it's all about preserving and honoring that history with things like fallen graffiti, a seat from Fox Theater, even a little bit of the dugout from Comerica Park. And they turn it all into jewelry. And if you think that's impressive, take a look at the mission behind the brand. Here in Motown, culture and creativity meet in pitch-perfect harmony at Rebel Nell, where one-of-a-kind pieces of jewelry are made from one of the city's recurring local resources, fallen graffiti.
It's so symbolic and reflective of Detroit, and with so many cool people and ideas and culture and rich history, that I thought this was a great way to showcase the city that has given me so many opportunities.
Amy Peterson founded Rebel Nell 13 years ago with a mission to give back to the Detroit community she loves.
Making that piece, I normally kind of like disappear for a minute, and I do go into that mode of this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do. Working here give me that chance to focus on where I want to be for real in life.
Providing employment and wraparound support for women transitioning out of homelessness.
Even if that means working on myself until I really get to my ultimate goal, what I want to do in life. I've been in a dark place for so long, and I feel like this is my light.
We've hired 48 women out of the shelter, and not a single one of those women has returned back into shelter living. But that's just the women. That doesn't count the impact that we've had with their families, and that number is north of 400 at this point in time. And I think that's what keeps me going.
Oh, yes, and Amy Peterson joins me now. Amy, thank you so much for having us all morning long. Now, we got to talk about the name, Rebel Nell. Where does it come from?
Yeah, so I wanted to pay tribute to a woman who was a trailblazer who really set the tone for so many of us. And at the time I started the company, I was reading a lot about Eleanor Roosevelt. She was an incredible woman, not only a civil rights activist, women's rights advocate, humanitarian, and her dad called her Little Nell. We thought she was deserving of a more fierce nickname. That's how we got Rebel Nell. We also believe that everybody who walks through our doors is really rebelling against what life has dealt to them. And we're dealing with fallen street art.
That is a pretty rebellious thing all by itself. Speaking of rebellious, I hope you guys are feeling the rebellious attitude back in New York. We sent a couple of pieces. They were kind enough to send some pieces back for you guys to check out in person. Are you feeling the rebellious attitude?
Absolutely, Will. Yeah, they're beautiful pieces. Amy, really cool what Amy has built. And thank you to everybody there this morning and today for us at Rebel Nell. All right, Will, we'll see you in a little bit. Coming up here, Lori B is here kicking off our special series of the right stuff for back to school. Backpacks for every student on your list.
We are back right now with the right stuff, going back to school in style this week, and today we are kicking it off with backpacks. GMA contributor Lori B is here along with us.
Yeah.
Can you believe it's back to school season?
I know.
Here we are.
I don't believe it.
I know.
I refuse to accept it.
And yet, the first thing we're going to start with is backpacks. These are from Pottery Barn Kids. This is their Mackenzie. It's one of their top sellers, largely in part because it has over 10,000 five-star reviews from preschool parents who credit its lightweightness.
It's durable, it's lightweight.
It could be a noun. It could be a noun. We're in back to school season. It's durable, and you're able.
We'll learn that in September.
And you're able to clean the inside because it has a water-resistant lining. So if you have those spills from the lunch boxes or the water bottles, super easy to clean, which means you'll have it a lot longer. Start at $26.50 for preschoolers, and they go on up. So it's really like
and the fabric on the outside looks pretty durable for the throw and all that sort of stuff.
And you know what, Greg? You have 3 kids, you said, right?
Yes.
So this is the sort of thing where you can start with the preschooler and get any size on up. So
and then when they move on up in size as human beings and they're in elementary school, what happens?
We've got Calpac. So this is one of our Right Stuff Hall of Fame brands because they are known for just really high quality production and really thoughtful design. So you can see it has reflective straps there. It even comes with these little ploofies you can see in the front. You can buy those extra actually. And that helps personalize them for the kids because that's when they're starting to express themselves a little bit more. It comes in a lot of different colors and it even has a hidden AirTag pocket, which is something sort of new that parents are doing, right?
You can track the kid, you can track the laptop that's in the bottom of the bag that you now don't know where it is.
Yeah, I've had to do, we had to replace the laptop.
You walk around like this.
I really stand by the hidden AirTag.
And I see, by the way,
in their own right. Anyway, sorry.
And also, I like that it goes over.
Yes, turn that around and you show that. So
when the kids are running to the airport.
No, but a backpack
My baby
is a great carry-on for that as well. Okay, now we're moving on up, and everything you're going to see now starts at upper elementary and goes on into middle school and high school as things that the kids will love. This is the Nike Varsity Elite. Nike is sort of the unofficial uniform of this age group. This one is great because it is so spacious. You guys, you can see it fits a whole basketball here, in addition to a laptop, books. It even has a shoe compartment. And
it fit my shoe. It's a rather large shoe.
Yeah.
And it's 2 of them fit.
It fit in the bottom. So this is great if you have a kid who's going to be involved in you were probably involved in a lot of sports. And,
I was.
So this would have been a great backpack.
I would have had all of this. It's fantastic.
So under $100 from Nike.
Great. And it pairs well with their Nike slides that I'm sure they have too.
You know they do. And next up, we've got JanSport. Did you guys ever have a JanSport?
Yes. My first backpack, kindergarten, was purple.
Can we go through? Yours was purple.
Mine was like heather gray.
Blue.
And black.
Well, now you can have any of those things. JanSport stands by their product. They have a lifetime warranty, which parents love. It's really smart shopping. This is the Big Student, which is great for middle school because it fits the laptop. Has a lot of organizational compartments as they're working on that executive functioning. Really get everything organized. And they're so cool. Like, who doesn't love the JanSport?
Classic and timeless.
Yeah. Exactly. And speaking of which, we've got this Scandinavian brand. This is the Fall Raven. It's a cancan style, and if it's a 15-inch or a 17-inch laptop, you can find these on Amazon. People love them for their minimal design. They're really versatile, and they have padded back straps.
Oh, nice.
So you can really stuff these things, but not feel like it's too heavy on your person.
Fits a full Stanley. For all the Stanley gals out there.
Well, excellent stuff. From pre-K to, I don't know, even into adulthood. We've got backpacks for all of your needs, thanks to Lori B. And you can shop all of these on our website, goodmorningamerica.com, and you can tune in tomorrow for another day of the right stuff, back to school edition with a look at lunch items. I'm hoping Lori's bringing a lunchbox.
Snacks.
Hoping you stick around. We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.
See ya.